Hey, everybody. My name is Skip Clark. I am the host of Skip Happens. And tonight, first of all, thank you for being here. But I'm joined, we've never met before. About 30 seconds ago is about the most we've talked. But Wynn Williams is here. He is an emerging country music entertainer, Texas native, former collegiate steer wrestler. His new project, Music Country Therapy, blends heartfelt lyrics, timeless twang, contemporary Nashville production, channeling the spirit of George Strait, Brooks and Dunn, and Tim McGraw, some of my favorites. Yours too, I would assume. But with his own authentic Texas stamp, it's time to dive in. And Wynn, it's an honor to meet you, my friend. How are you?
I'm great, and likewise, man. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Let's talk about you a little bit. Where are you right now?
I am home. We just moved to Sanger, Texas, up near Denton. I originally grew up in Weatherford, Texas, but my wife and I just moved from Fort Worth, so now we're kind of out in the country. We've got a pretty little piece of land out here, and it's nice and quiet.
I love it. So I'm looking at you, and there's something about that classic cowboy credibility. You're a former collegiate star wrestler, but how did rodeo life shape your outlook as a performer? How did all that happen?
Just the course of life. You do things. You play sports and you go rodeo, and then you pick up a guitar and start playing at those rodeos, and then in college I decided I didn't want to do that forever, so I started pursuing music a little bit and kind of learning a lot about the business, and here we are 9 years later doing it full time.
So you're done with the rodeo thing now.
That's right, man. I don't rodeo anymore. It's
Okay.
been a little while since I've done it, but rodeo and playing music are awfully similar.
They go together.
That's right. That's right.
That's
A lot
cool.
of the same people that I see out on the road too, and of course I play a bunch of rodeos as well. So it's always good to see familiar faces.
Yeah, you must feel right at home. When you get the chance to perform at a rodeo, it's like it must all come back to you like really quick, saying, I used to do this. This is cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's great to be around those kind of folks, and it was a part of my life for a long time, and it still is, just in a different perspective.
Yeah. So tell me, are there certain artists or moments that actually pulled you into the country music side of things? I mean, being in Texas, we get George Strait and all those, some great, on top of all the great Texas artists that we have, because you have your own chart and everything there. I mean, I was a fan of Pat Green, Randy Rogers. I can go on and on. Definitely good stuff. But, what artists pulled you into the country music in the first place?
Man, like it says, on my bio on my website, it's like I grew up listening to 90s country, early 2000s country. The first song I ever sang in a public setting was whenever I was 6 years old. I sang "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy" by Kenny Chesney. And, it's always been a part of my life. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
That's cool.
I also come from a musical family. Everybody sings. My dad plays guitar. Oh, wow. So it kind of runs a little bit in the family. I was in choir for 4 years in high school, and I just have always loved music, and I've always loved singing, and it kind of made sense for me. Once I graduated from school, I was like, all right, well, I'm broke now, so I might as well at least go try this for a little while, and I'm still broke, 9 years later. But
it's you and I both, brother.
I figured out at least how to stay busy.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got Music Country Therapy. Tell me a little bit about that. That's pretty strong. Why the title, and what does it mean to you personally?
Yeah, Country Therapy is an album that we put together. It just came out, obviously, last week. Very exciting stuff. We kind of tapped into the Nashville scene, if you will. I've been writing my own music for a long time and recording as well up in Nashville. So, as I've gotten busier as a touring act, specifically this year and last year, our calendar has gotten crazy busy. So, I hadn't had as much time to write as much as I would have liked to. So this album, man, I've got 2 songs on there that I wrote, Country Therapy and
Mm-hmm.
Denver to Dallas, and everything else is an
Oh,
outside
wow.
song. And for the viewers out there, what that means is I didn't write the song, but other people did, and we went around to publishers in Nashville and asked for some great country music, and fortunately we got some, and we picked the best songs probably out of about 50 or 60 tunes that we listened to, and it could have been more than that, honestly. But some great songs by some great songwriters, and we put together an album that kind of
Mm-hmm.
fits whatever boots the fan wants to put on that day, because there's a little bit of something for everyone in this record. There's heartbreak songs, there's beer drinking songs, there's kind of tongue-in-cheek type stuff, and the classic country sound is blended with the modern country thing that's going
Mm-hmm.
on as well. So if somebody can't find a song on this album, Country Therapy, that they don't like,
Yeah.
then they
Yeah.
just don't like
Something's
the
wrong
music
if
at
they
all.
can't. That's kind of what I'm getting out of all this. So, yeah, absolutely. So I can only assume that, I mentioned George Strait, Brooks and Dunn, Tim McGraw. You're going to hear a lot of that type of sound on this album, Country Therapy.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Exactly.
wow, cool. Fun stuff. Have you been able to, because you're in Texas, have you been able to get on that chart at all? Or are you just making trips to Nashville and kind of going that route?
Yeah, we've done some stuff with Texas Radio. Currently, we're kind of focusing on the social media side of things
Mm-hmm.
in terms of promo. But, we've certainly done radio tour and all that kind of stuff down here. We're still kind of, looking to break into the national markets, if you will. But a lot of that also comes from, just touring around and getting in front of these program directors and folks like
Exactly.
yourself that we
Exactly.
haven't, that we haven't played for in the past, or maybe we're just not quite on their radar yet. So,
Right.
this year we're getting out of state a lot, which is great because I'm hitting some of these markets that I went on radio tour several years ago, and I'm getting to go back and revisit some of these spots. So it's really exciting, man. This album is something that we worked really hard on, and I'm glad to finally get it out there and hopefully have many of the people on your side of things go out and help us promote it.
Exactly. So with you, Wynn Williams, and your album, Country Therapy, what, if you were to describe that record to somebody who hasn't heard it yet, how would you do that?
Man, probably exactly how I just
What you just
talked
said.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's literally something for every kind of country music fan on this album. And if I can't please someone with this album, they just can't be pleased. I mean, it's as simple as it is.
It's a little bit of everything. God, I love that.
Yeah.
It's definitely good stuff. I've got to dig into it a little bit more, and I can't wait to hear the whole project. But so you get your Texas twang, old school instrumentation. Did you insist on keeping even with modern Nashville polish, so to speak? I mean, because, there's that change going on. There's that kind of a different sound, but yet we got your sound as well.
Yeah, it's important to kind of keep those traditional roots. You're not going to hear anything on there that's really too out of the ordinary. I mean, it's a live band in a studio. Everybody's playing an instrument. It's not like we're just going in there and programming things to sound like something. There's a person behind that instrument, and there's a person behind all those steps. From writing the song all the way to mixing and mastering. It's all a machine that involves a lot of professionals that, there is some of that. It's not really as bad anymore, but there's some of that, back and forth that you get between,
Sure.
you're going to Nashville and, you're doing this Nashville thing. And man, they call it Music City for a reason. That's where everything happens. That's where the best of the best are. So in my opinion, if you're not going to Nashville and you're not at least, writing songs with some of those guys, and you're not at least going and having lunch with some of those people, you're not really playing the game and giving yourself a fair shot, because that's kind of the epicenter of everything. Quite frankly, if you listen to the product, that we've got on Country Therapy, I'm saying this with as much humility as you're willing to accept.
Take it all.
Put it up against anything else that's not coming out of Nashville, and I would be willing to bet that it probably sounds a lot better.
I bet you it does. That's good. Yeah. How often do you get back to Nashville?
So I was going once a month for about a week at a time, and I do like to do that. But again, I've been so busy. Like this summer, man, I think I've been home maybe 2 weeks out of the past since like mid-July. There for 2 weeks, came back home, wonderful wife, packed up our entire house while I was in Europe. I flew back on the 30th of July. We moved on the 2nd of August. I left on the 6th of August.
Crap. Oh, man.
And man, I just really haven't had an opportunity to get to Nashville between all the dates, and then also trying to have a personal life.
Mm-hmm. Was that the first trip to Europe for you to play?
Man, it wasn't. I've gone over there the past several years. Last year,
okay, all right.
And it is so much fun going over there. If you've never gone, I would highly recommend going and checking out a festival, because it's incredible.
See, what I'm hearing is if you're playing over there, I mean, the fans of country, just over the top. It's like they know your music. They sing it back to you. They know every track that's on that album. I've heard that from a lot of different artists that have gone, the C to C and this and that. But just to be there on that stage and see the reaction of those fans is out of this world.
Oh yeah, it is. It's an amazing experience. It's kind of hard to just explain it, but when people do ask, they're always surprised that country music is so interesting and so big over there. But it's huge, man. And I kind of think it's just because we've got country music 24/7, specifically in Texas, definitely in Nashville. So those folks don't get that all the time. So whenever it does come to town, boy, they show up, and they show up big, and they treat you so well. So going over there and playing is honestly, it's one of the most exciting parts of my career. Yeah.
It's just got to be so cool to do that. I've heard that from a lot of different artists. Let's talk about your songwriting a little bit. Wynn Williams is who, as you can see, who I'm speaking with tonight on the Skip Happens podcast. But when you're writing or choosing songs, what's your test for? And I would say, is this a Wynn Williams song? Well, how do you know it's your song?
Well, a lot of it kind of stems from, again, that country early 2000s influence. Lyrics were important. You're not singing about something that doesn't make sense, or maybe it's
right.
It doesn't tell a story, or it doesn't have a message, or something like that. All of my stuff probably for the most part has some kind of story or message to share. But some of those songs that, like a song called "Here for the Beer" on this new album, it's kind of exactly what it says. It's like, I'm not here for anything else except to have a few drinks, and some of that is important too, because a lot of people will put music on and just to kind of escape from that everyday mundane life that we all live here in America. But that's kind of what the whole premise of Country Therapy is all about. And whenever I'm writing songs, I always try to keep that in mind. Even if it's something that maybe I don't quite relate to as much, I know that there's are better fishermen than me, or there's a lot of rodeo cowboys out there, but then there's also people that think that rodeo is the coolest thing in the world, and they've never done it, but they love to identify with that too. So there's a lot of that stuff, man. Personal experience, and also I like to just consider the fact that the song just needs to speak to someone's heart. And if that's my heart, or if that's your heart, then, I've done my job as a songwriter.
Do you think you'll ever go back to riding or, steer wrestling or anything like that, being at the rodeo?
Man, I think that the best thing that anybody's going to get out of me is riding around in a grand entry and waving my hand
I gotcha.
as I
Yeah.
step off the stage or get ready to step on the stage. But no, I injured
Oh,
myself
did you?
pretty good. I tore my ACL,
Ooh.
my MCL, and my meniscus in my right knee, and
Yeah, that'll do it.
it's better now, but I really don't want to have
No,
to take a
once you hurt it, you can hurt it again fairly easy. I mean, you don't want to take that chance. Yeah,
That's right.
Exactly.
I got too many trips to Europe coming up, so
there you go. There you go. When's your next trip?
No, I'm just kidding. I just got back in, but I'm hoping to get back next year. We're already talking about some other shows next year. So if I can make it a kind of an annual thing to go over there and play, I would really like to do that. And so far, for the past, I don't know,
you've done
maybe 2, 3, 4 years, we've been able to achieve that.
Yeah. Is this like C2C, like I mentioned a few minutes ago? Is that what it is, or is this something way different?
Yeah, it's not C2C. It's just going over there and playing some smaller festivals and playing some clubs and little venues over there.
Right.
I'm hoping that C2C is in our future. I've got to go to Ireland in April. That actually is another trip that I'm taking, but it's kind of a personal trip. I'm going for a wedding.
I got you.
But I'm hoping that I can, string together a couple shows. It's kind of like right after C2C. So maybe we'll be able to catch the tail end of C2C and then go do some celebrating for a wedding.
Yeah. So to let everybody know, when you go, you book all this stuff on your own, and you go and you get the gigs to pay for your trip to go over there and do all that. I would assume, correct? Is that how you do it?
Yeah. So several years ago, I went over there and played in Italy, and the band leader, I play with a European band. I send them all my music. They learn it, and it's great.
Nice.
And it's just a little more economical, instead of spending on plane tickets, I can spend a couple thousand on my plane ticket, and then I can go over there and play. But anyway, I met this band leader. His name is Jay, and he goes out and he plays a lot of these festivals and plays a lot of these clubs. So he'll kind of book some shows for me and back me with his band. We're working with CAA. We started working with them in January, and things are evolving a little bit on the booking side, but it's still one of those things where I'm at a point where I'm still bringing a lot of stuff to the table as well.
Right.
But our agent is killing it this year. His name's Andrew, and he's just
Very
busting
cool.
his thumb to get us so many of these shows, and a large part of our touring schedule has been because of Andrew. So it's a team effort. You got a lot of folks behind the scenes and at the end of the day, if I was doing it all by myself, I would not.
It would be difficult.
Quite a success.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's just
it's
just so much to do between.
I don't know how you do it if you were to do it.
Yeah. That's another thing too. Like why, you're asking about my songwriting. It's a lot. I kind of tell people, like, whenever I'm in Texas, that's my like business space of sorts, because I'm always like, doing accounting, or I'm doing, social media stuff, or I'm advancing shows, doing tour management type stuff, or maybe getting the new tires on the van or something like that. But whenever I go to Nashville, I'm able to kind of, compartmentalize a little bit, and I can say, okay, I'm in Nashville, so I can be creative. So then I'm go in and be present writing songs, or be present in the studio. It's certainly a balance, but you can't do it all by yourself if you want to grow.
Now, so you were talking about you come from a family of musicians. You said your dad plays guitar. I mean, the whole family, they all do a little something on that side of things?
Yeah, everybody sings.
Cool.
My dad plays guitar and sings, and also my granddad, on my mom's side, he had a band, country western band back in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s. And, he played around Texas, and he was invited to be a Texas Playboy with Bob Wills.
Oh, wow.
Turn that down. It's something that, like I said, man, it just kind of runs, I guess, in our blood.
Yeah, no doubt. Right. No doubt. Absolutely. That is cool. Is there, let's say, Country Therapy on that album, is there an emotional centerpiece for you?
Man, I would say it's this song called Denver to Dallas. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever written. I wrote it with Bryce Long and Jeff Hyde. And dude, it's just like, it's not necessarily like emotional for me and that it tears at my heartstrings or anything. It's emotional for me just because, to me, like the way that song is written, and I'm giving all credit to Jeff Hyde and Bryce Long because they're future Hall of Fame songwriters. Just the way that that particular song is written is like country music to a T for me. It's a story song. It kind of tells this story about these two people meeting on an airplane to Dallas, and it starts with a conversation, and all of a sudden, they're hitting it off and making a connection, and then
that's a movie, dude.
Starting this life that is up in forever. So like, to me, that's country music, man. And if you listen to the song, you're going to hear fiddle and steel and really pretty piano and all those elements of that 90s country era.
When you talk about that, I think of artists like Zach Top as well, who's kind of thrown it back to the 90s. And, the Alan Jackson sound from Chattahoochee to some George Strait to, we've already mentioned George, but still for a newer, younger artist, I think is Zach Top. Now, I definitely have to dig into some of your stuff too, because I absolutely love that. And that whole style, all that's coming back, dude. Everything's like, going full circle. At least I think it is.
100%, man. And you're talking, you're speaking my language. There's a song on the album called "Put the Shovel Down," and ironically enough, Alan Jackson's producer wrote the song, and we were sitting in his office listening to some stuff, and he played "Put the Shovel Down" on a demo of Queen, and I was like, dude, I love this song. This is country music. And anyway, we cut the song. And man, I encourage you to go listen to it, because it's like, it is quintessential country music, exactly how you like it. There's a lot of other great stuff on there. There's a song right now that's getting a really good response. Yeah. And it's called "She Ain't You." Mm-hmm. And it's kind of a little bit of an introspective who can be stubborn, and I've been called hard-headed many a times, probably more than I'd like to admit. But that particular song, again, was a song that was pitched to us, and it immediately just reminded me of myself. And and like that one's getting a great response. We also recut "The Fireman."
Straight
by George Strait. Put a little bit of a modern twist on it. So, man, like, if you don't like country music, I don't know. If you don't like something on this album, I don't know. I don't think you like country music, because
right, exactly.
There's something.
I love that. I love that thought of that. And so this is the first full album that you've put out?
No, this is actually my second full-length record.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I put out my very first full-length record in 2020. Okay. And that was 14 songs, I believe. I think this one is 12.
Yeah. They go something anywhere like from 12 to 15 now or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
but I've had a couple things. Like, working in between that time. I also had an EP that came out in 2017, right after I graduated from school. So, man, I've been doing it for a while, and it's just so expensive to go out and record this music, especially in Nashville, man. It's pretty crazy
It's
how
crazy.
expensive it can get. But you pay for what
Yeah.
you get too. So
No, exactly right. And I think a lot of viewers or a lot of listeners don't realize that once you step foot in the studio, you got rental time, you got to pay for the players, you've got all this stuff, and it adds up. And yeah, you want to do it, but reality speaks that it's very expensive. It's like, how am I going to do this? But if you want to do it, you're going to do it. You'll find a way to do it. And obviously
That's
you
right.
have, and it's really good. So,
Well, thank you very much.
that's what a lot of people don't realize that you got to pay for the players again. Let's space, rental, all the good stuff. You want a what kind of guitar? All right. Well, that's going to cost you. All right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think I record vocals on like a $40,000 vocal mic.
Exactly.
So, and it's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
anybody else except for the artist.
It's not exactly the Shure SM7B. I can tell you that much. So
yeah. I appreciate it.
I forgot what I was going to ask you. That ain't too smart. But anyway, so you're online. Where can somebody get your music and listen to it?
Yeah, you can. I tell people the one-stop shop is winwilliamsmusic.com.
Perfect.
Obviously all the platforms, buying or streaming music. We've got CDs of the new album as well and the old stuff for this record. I know that a lot of folks are into vinyl again nowadays, so you can hop on the store online and get yourself a vinyl and be happy to ship it to you. But yeah, man, anywhere anybody listens to music, we've got some stuff on YouTube as well, music videos, all that good stuff.
What made you go with the vinyl? Now I'm saying that because I love vinyl, and I got a case of vinyl today, Zach Top albums today at the radio station for what we call a winner's weekend, but they're all vinyl. It's like it's all coming back. And when I get the vinyl in the mail, I start thinking about my radio days back in the 80s when we were getting, albums left and right. So
yeah,
that's cool. And why did you do that?
I've been asked several times if I have vinyl, like whenever I'm out at shows on the road, we've got a merch table, of course. And, several people have come up and said, man, have you got any vinyl? When are you getting vinyl? And I'm like, oh, dude, I guess that more and more. So we decided we would do kind of a limited run of vinyl for this album. And it should be on my doorstep any moment now, so I can get it out to the folks that have ordered some.
Awesome. And if they do, would you autograph it, then send it to them?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, totally.
Okay. You might have a little message in there for me, like, I'm going to buy one and I want it autographed. So, no.
All right. Well, we can make that happen.
I know you can. Let's talk a little bit about more about you, though. Born and raised in Texas. What was your first town? Where did you grow up again? Tell me.
I grew up in a town called Weatherford, Texas.
Weatherford. Okay.
Weatherford. All one word.
Weatherford?
Weatherford. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how you spell it. Weatherford, but it's all one word.
Weatherford. I got you. Now, if I was to drive into your hometown, I can't imagine there's a whole lot of roads. Maybe just a couple main drags that take you into town. If I was coming in, let's say from the north, what would be the first thing I would see?
If you were coming in from the north of Weatherford, you would probably run into one of the million banks that are in town, or maybe a chicken restaurant or a car wash. It's kind of a joke that builds banks, chicken restaurants, and car washes. Weatherford used to be a small town, but it's been adopted essentially by Fort Worth.
I got you. All right.
But the town I'm in now, where we live now, is much more my speed in that there's not too many restaurants around and only one bank, only one. Actually, there's two chicken restaurants right now. But now the place where we live now, a lot more rural than Weatherford, in town is now. Of course, Weatherford is like, Stephenville, Texas, they call the toy capital of the world. But I would probably argue that Weatherford is in the running for that because a lot of Western industry folks live in Weatherford, and it's actually considered the cutting horse capital of the world, which is another
Gotcha.
event that's not quite involved in rodeo, but it's still an equine,
So
Western lifestyle.
are you into that Western lifestyle? I mean, you're from Texas. You've ridden in the rodeo. You've done all that.
Yep.
So I can only assume that's your lifestyle, man. You're like the cowboy, which is cool.
Yeah, well, it's a part of my life. It's how I kind of grew up.
Hmm.
We don't have any horses here at our new place. We got some cows out there, but it's a lot. I don't even think I could have horses right now because I'm just so busy, and
Yeah.
it's such a big responsibility. But man, I'm enjoying just living out here on this. Like I said, I haven't been around much, but um, it's 13 acres, and
Nice.
it's we don't have any of the hustle and bustle. My wife and I lived in Fort Worth in the city for
Oh, that had to
6 years.
be nuts.
Yeah, man, we loved it. We absolutely loved it. It was convenient.
Hmm.
I could be on the interstate, and which was
Hmm.
handy for for touring. But we had a little bitty house on a busy street, and it was kind of time for us to get out of Fort Worth.
Yeah. How does it, your wife is a trooper because you're on the road all the time, unless she's going with you, but she could be holding the fort down back at home. She is a trooper because it takes a lot to do that. And she's letting you, it's your passion and you're dedicated to your craft, and she's giving you that opportunity to go chase it. Tell me a
Yeah,
little bit
no
about your
doubt.
wife.
Man, like you said, she's a rock star in her own
Hmm.
right. We met. She grew up in Keller, Texas, which is not too far from Weatherford, actually. But we didn't meet until we both transferred into Texas A&M in 2015. We had 3 classes together, so we saw each other every day
Cool.
at school. Ended up working on some group projects together, and just kind of hit it off, and we started
Awesome.
dating actually after college. And she's
Mhm.
always known that I was pursuing music. We hung out a ton in college, and she would come out to shows. As a matter of fact, there was one show I played in college. She was the only person in the crowd. So she has definitely been she's been with me through thick and
So,
thin.
dude, you know what that means? That was meant to be. So that's cool.
That's right.
That's cool.
That's right.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Do you guys got kids?
Not yet. No, not
No.
yet.
Okay.
We've always
Okay.
talked about, whenever we turn 30, we'll start having the conversation, and we just turned 31. So I'm sure
Time to
the
start that.
conversation
But
is
then
about
again,
to. That's right.
yeah. What about pets?
Yeah, his name is Topo, like Topo Chico, the drink.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, he is an Australian Shepherd. He's let's see, he's 10 months old, and
Oh,
he's a good little boy, man.
awesome.
He's still a puppy,
Yeah.
but Hannah, my wife, she's done a great job at getting him trained up, and making sure
Nice.
he's doing what we're telling him to do. Um, but yeah, I mean, you're
Cool.
exactly right. She's great. I wouldn't be able to do this
Good for you.
without her. Like I said, the whole house. While I was in Europe for 2 weeks, and and
Hmm.
then whenever I got back, she unpacked the house, and
Oh,
and
geez.
it's certainly a unique lifestyle, but we make it work, and she knew early on what she was signing up for, so it's all good.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You gotta love
Yeah,
that. You drive a Silverado?
I do.
I knew it.
Yep. Yep,
Every
I
artist
sure
I
do.
talk to, I take a guess, and I usually guess Silverado. All right, and they'll go, "Yeah, you're right." Very rarely do I say, "No, it's Ford or it's a Dodge." I got the Ram, I got this, but most of the time it's the Silverado. Now I have nothing to do with Chevy. I'm just saying that, and I've had one myself, so
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. Well, this has been a great truck. It actually, oddly enough, it was my wife's. I had a
Okay.
Dodge. It was my first truck. I took it 254,000
Wow.
miles and it started to give out her
Time to get rid
an
of it.
SUV, and I took the Silverado.
Nice. Very nice. So when you go out on tour, though, are you pulling a trailer? You got the van?
Yeah,
What do you?
man. We're rocking in a van and trailer now.
Yep. Yep.
We're gunning for that bus though. That would be nice.
Soon. The way you're going, Wynn, it looks like it could happen sooner rather than later. So just have to, play your cards right. And it looks like you're doing that.
Right.
Have you been to the Northeast at all?
Man, I haven't been up there to play any shows, but I haven't spent any time in New York, but I have spent some time in Boston, and I really,
Okay.
really like Boston. I went up there whenever I was in college. I literally went there by myself. I was an intern at Southwest Airlines, so I got to fly for free. Went to the airport, looked at the screen, and said, "Where should I go?" So I went to Boston, and I did like Fenway, tour, and
Oh, yeah.
ate
Yeah.
in the north end of Boston, and got to do a lot of really cool stuff. So I took my wife up there a couple years ago. But man, I would love to come to the Northeast because I understand it's kind of a hot spot for country music right now.
It is. It is. And we're in central New York. So we're
Okay.
upstate. I'm not,
Yep.
some people think New York is New York City and upstate is Poughkeepsie,
Right.
and Poughkeepsie's just north of New York. No, we're actually upstate, right at the crossroads, I guess. Syracuse is right in the center of the state. But this is the time of the year here where fall is starting to set in. The leaves are just beginning to change.
Yep.
I mean, a couple of weeks ago it was 90 degrees. Today I woke up, it was 50. So
Wow,
it's crazy.
that's awesome.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
man,
a beautiful part
I
of
hope
the
that we
country.
can get up there. Absolutely. I've never spent any time outside of Boston, so I'm itching to get up there because I know, for one, I just love traveling and I love seeing new places and I love eating
Sure.
great food, and I know that you can get that in the Northeast.
Oh, yeah. Well, Boston, you got the lobster.
Oh yeah, yep.
Definitely good. Definitely good
Absolutely.
stuff. What is like where you are now? What would you say is the favorite food, or what is really popular besides the chicken places on the corner?
Man, my wife and I, we do not discriminate whenever it comes to cuisine. We love pretty much everything. But there's a pretty good little Mexican food place here in town, and a little Italian. But it's hard to beat a good old cheeseburger. There's a gas station here that actually makes cheeseburgers, and they are jam up, man.
Aren't they the best? Seriously.
Oh yeah.
You find those
Gas
places
station.
along the road, and it's like that's where you're gonna get a good burger.
That's exactly
Seriously.
right.
Oh, we got that here too. You get out of
Yeah.
town just a little bit and you got these gas stations along these rural roads, and it's like, they got burgers and fries, and every Friday they got the fish fry going. And, that's where you're going to get the good food. I love
That's
that.
exactly right. It's not good for you, but it's
No,
fine
I
in
know that.
moderation.
Yeah, that's all right. If it's not good for you, then eat it. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it'll
And
taste
I've
good.
had a lot of gas station food, man, and this is one of the best, I'll tell you.
That's awesome. Hey, if you could collaborate with anybody, Wynn, who would you like to collaborate with? Anybody?
Yeah, I think the obvious answer would probably be George.
Okay.
It'd be
I was
cool
thinking
to
that.
do stuff with Brooks and Dunn, but man, talking about some of these young cats that are doing some stuff, it'd be cool to do some stuff with Zach. Jake Worthington's another one. He actually called
Yeah, I
me
love
the
Jake.
other day.
Yep.
He's like, "Hey man, I'm working out here and I'm listening to your record. Just wanted to say it sounds good."
How cool is that when you get a
Yeah, it's
wait a minute,
awesome.
Wynn, how cool is that when you get a call from somebody like Jake and they're like, dude, just wanted to say hi and let you know I got some shit going on here and getting it done, and I got your music on.
Yeah, it's cool,
Isn't that
man.
cool? Yeah.
I've known Jake for a long time, and
Cool.
he's doing his thing, and it's always, you don't always get to talk to other artists as much as you would like to, but man, whenever Jake called me, I was like, man, he did not have to call me, and he did, and so it was
No, exactly right.
kind of a nice surprise.
What
It was awesome.
what if George Strait called you?
I would say, yes, sir. How can I help you, sir?
I'd be like dropping the phone and going,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
who's pranking me?
Right,
It'd be,
right. No,
yeah,
that would be
that is
awesome,
so
man.
cool. Yeah. Yeah. Is there somebody else besides George that you really, really, really look up to, or you feel like, wow, you know what, this guy's got it going?
Yeah, there's quite a few of them. One also be Cody Johnson,
Mm.
who
Texas
I'm a
boy,
big fan
rodeo
of.
guy. Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. Cody and I have a very similar story. When I sold merch for Cody one weekend, and I was like, all right, I want to do what he's doing. I don't want to be selling T-shirts. Um,
Mm.
so, Cody is one of them. Parker McCollum's a great guy. We've opened for Parker a number of times, really before he exploded into the arena Parker that we know today. Um,
Hmm.
but Parker's a really good person, a really, individual who, another Texas guy, grew up in Texas,
Yep.
very, very similar roots to myself, in that we kind of treat everybody. And, hanging out with Parker would be something that I would enjoy.
Is there some place that you haven't played, but it's on your bucket list and you want to play? I have an idea what you're going to say, but we'll just find out if I'm thinking right here.
Of places that I want to play. Probably the one that you're thinking of might be Billy Bob's Texas.
Yeah, okay, no, but I
Oh,
was
all
thinking
right.
Red Rocks.
Oh man, that would have been my second. That'd have been my
Yeah,
second one.
but Billy Bob's is good too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, the
Exactly.
reason why Billy Bob's is kind of like number one for me is because I grew up like it's in Fort Worth, obviously, and
Hmm.
I,
Hmm.
in high school and college, I would go to Billy Bob's and I would see other bands play and think to myself, dude, it would be so cool, to play this stage one day. And I think we're getting there. It's just going to be, getting this music out there and growing a little bit more so that we can go in there and have a good showing, in terms of ticket sales. Because it's a big venue, man. I mean, it holds like 6,000 people,
Oh yeah,
even
huge.
7,000 people. So you don't want to go in there and only have a few hundred show up. You want to
Right.
make that place look pretty busy. So we've got a lot of good stuff in the works to hopefully grow up into a venue of that size. But Red Rocks would be pretty badass, man.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. Hopefully, I get to go to catch. Maybe I'll see you there. Who knows? But I hope to go there someday. Have you been to Floors? Is it Floors General Store? It's
Yep.
outside of San Antonio. It's near
Yep.
San
It's in a little
Antonio.
town called Helotes,
Helotes.
Texas. Floors Country Store. We have played there probably more than any other venue,
I've been there.
and it is one
Yeah.
of my favorites. Yeah, one of my favorite.
I love the
venues.
atmosphere there. I remember going there. I did a trip to San Antonio, doing some business stuff. Saw Colby Cooper.
Okay.
Might have been
Yep.
Colby Cooper was playing there that night that we went.
Yep.
And
Yep.
definitely
He was
good
probably
stuff.
on the outdoor stage then.
He was what?
He was probably on the outdoor stage there.
Yes, it was the outdoor stage.
Yeah.
It was
It's a
pretty
great
wide open.
Yeah, man, it's a great venue. The food is awesome. What makes a great venue to me is, not just like the stage or the production, but a lot of it has to do with the staff and the people at Floors Country Store do it right. They always take care of the artists. Even if you're an opening act, which I have been times at Floors, don't treat you like you're less than or that you're the opener.
That's cool.
You always get treated like you're the headliner there, and it's so special. And Mark there, who owns the venue, and Daniel and Vicky, Dixon back there in the kitchen, man, whipping it up for everybody. Everybody there is just so
You
great.
know everybody there. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
I just love it whenever venues, take care of artists. If you want to be a
Yeah.
live music venue, then you need to take
Then
care
do
of
it right.
the band and the artists. It's we are coming there to serve you, and we kind of expect the same from the staff, and Floors is a place that does it. Another great spot. I kind of have like two favorite venues in Texas. One is Floors Country Store. It's kind of the old school dance hall type place. It's a legendary place. Willie Nelson used to sleep in the green room. I think he
Yes,
lived
he
there for
did.
a short period of time. But there's another great spot in Arlington, which is right outside of the ballparks, and then also Cowboys AT&T Stadium, and it's called Texas Live. And there's a number of these kind of all across the country, but Texas Live is like the more modern, state of the art thing where there's a bunch of bars and restaurants and a million TVs in there. But again, it's the production, it's the venue itself, but again, the people there are always so great. So it can be done no matter where the venue is, and it doesn't matter if the venue is a place hole in the wall or if it's a massive conglomerate corporate location. You can always treat people like you're happy that they're there.
That's awesome. It sounds, those venues, of course I've been to Florist, but still just sounds awesome. And I think it's so cool when I can speak to an artist like you and you can go, yeah, so-and-so's in the kitchen and so-and-so's behind the bar and so-and-so does this. And so it's like, wow, you're on that first name basis. You got to love that. And it's got to make for a great show too, because you know what? It's just like playing at home.
Man, whenever you feel, you put on a better show. Whenever you feel like you're in the zone, so to speak, or you're in your element, then absolutely it shows on stage for sure.
So when you already mentioned where you can get your music and all that, to go to the website, what is that again?
WynnWilliamsmusic.com.
That's easy. Wynn Williams, and it's WYNN.
That's right.
Just want to make sure everybody gets there. I mean, I think it'd probably be the only way, but still go there. Where do you see yourself? Let's say 5 years. You've already done, you've been around a little bit. You're doing your thing. You're banging out some great music. Got the second album and dropped back in August. No, was it August? When did that drop?
Yep, August 29th.
August 29th. I knew it was August. Couldn't think of the date. But so, all right. So we're already working on a second album. Now let's talk 5 years down the road. Where do you want to be? What are we going to be doing?
Man, I'd love to be playing stadiums. Hopefully we're selling out Billy Bob's, maybe a night or two. I just want to be, continuously making music and putting out music and playing fun shows. I'm just kind of a normal dude. I like to be at home with my wife. I like to just, relax at home with my wife and cool. Travel a little bit and hang out with good people and, do fun things, and connect with people, through my music. And fortunate for quite some time, as you said, but in 5 years, man, I hope that, I'm just continuing to grow, not only professionally, but personally. And I'm able to, continue doing things, that fill me up. You
got quite the road ahead of you. You still got a lot of time, dude. A lot of time.
I appreciate it.
And just keep putting out the music. So that's pretty cool. Again, we can go on and check out your music at WynnWilliamsmusic.com. And I'm going to keep an eye on you because I'll be honest with you. Being in the Northeast and you being from Texas, there's a little bit of, you're not here yet. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? But I know you've done the radio tour and I know you're hitting up radio stations, probably down in Texas or in the Midwest or somewhere. But now it's time to come to the Northeast and get yourself known as well. And that's one of the things, that's what I do here in the Northeast. And plus with the podcast and be able to talk to great artists like yourself is to get your name out there and hopefully and get some listeners. I always say it's one fan at a time. Get them to go and check you out and maybe download some music, buy some merch, support the artists. That's what it's about. And that's why I love Skip Happens. I do all this on my own and it's pretty cool. So some great people.
Well, man, I know that everybody appreciates, how hard you work on this, and man, hopefully we get to meet in person soon. If you, You know
Yes,
what?
I do.
Get with Kat again, and let's be in touch. If y'all ever do like any radio shows or anything
We do.
up there, if you're affiliated with any venues, man, let's see if we can make that happen because maybe we could do some fly dates. Maybe we could route it all the
Yeah.
way up there and make it happen.
Absolutely. We do have a couple of venues we work with right along, and we
Great.
try to do shows almost every month. And when we get closer to the holidays, I don't do it on the holidays, but a few weeks before the rush begins,
Sure.
is I usually do a Christmas holiday get together, even though, we do it early enough where it doesn't interfere with all the hustle and bustle of the holidays. So,
Right.
yeah, we'll have to talk about that. Yeah, I definitely would. I'll reach out to Kat. That's pretty cool. She's great, by the way. She sends a lot of artists my way.
Awesome.
She's one of the good ones. So,
Yeah. She works
I don't
hard,
think,
man.
yeah, I don't think I ever met her. I think she might have been at the country radio seminar, but I don't know if I ever really met her. I got to think. It's like we meet so many people at these events, as an artist. You meet
Right.
so many people, and it's hard to
Yeah.
remember. So,
Yeah, totally. Man, I really appreciate the invite.
yeah, right back at you.
And man, let's keep in touch for sure and see if we can
Absolutely.
together sometime.
Absolutely. I'd love to get you back on too. Now that at least I know you a little bit better, and let's. My door is always open. So have Kat. If you've got something going on and you want to talk about it, just have her reach out. We'll do it. My door is always open. This is, my own studio, my own, everything I have here is my own. So
That's
cool.
great. That's great.
Wynn Williams. There you go. And the new album, go out and get it. I got to make sure I get the name right here. It's Music Country Therapy, or is it just Country Therapy?
Just Country Therapy. Yep.
Oh, well, she's got the title, Music Country Therapy. So.
Oh, well, it's Country Therapy.
I got you. I got you,
anywhere
dude.
you listen to music.
All right. Wynn, thanks for coming on Skip Happens tonight. You know what?
Yep.
It's cool to chat with you. It's good to get to know you a little bit. And, and hopefully whoever's watching this, or you can subscribe as well. If you go to Skip Happens on YouTube, just click the subscribe button and, we just go from there, and we'll continue to do this. But thanks for joining us here tonight on Skip Happens. Stay right there.